Hi guys, I want to talk to you about regions in the United States. Let's start with the South right here that's in blue. If you started up here, it starts with the southern border of Pennsylvania. Again, this is a vernacular region, so there's no hard and fast border, but it could be widely thought of as those former slave states. I think of Texas and Oklahoma as southern as well. In the orange right here is the Midwest. It goes from Ohio over to North and South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, and everything else in there. The three states of New York, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey are the Mid-Atlantic states. And then in the upper Northeast you have Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. This is traditionally referred to as New England. This, of course, all of this would be the Northeast. This bright green color here, these are the Mountain West states because the Rocky Mountains cut through here. So you've got Montana, Idaho, Utah, Colorado, and Wyoming. And then if you think about the West, the far West, you've got Washington, Oregon, California, all the way through to New Mexico. But if you're thinking about just the Southwest, you probably would think of Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas, maybe Oklahoma. If you think about two different regions to think about next would be the Rust Belt, which would include Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, and specifically Pennsylvania. And they're called so because it had a heavy dependence on the steel industry, and steel manufacturing was very prevalent there. And of course, the bad thing about steel is that over time it gets rusty, and so you've lost a lot of jobs in this area. People have moved south. Well, where have a lot of them moved? In the 90s, you had a lot of people that began moving to this yellow area, which is the Sun Belt, the southern tier of states. Again, this is a vernacular region, no hard and fast area, but generally speaking, you're talking about frost only to a certain time period. Two other regions to talk about. I want to put this blank map under here. This orange section would be called the Corn Belt. Why? Because this is where most of the nation's corn is grown. Quite a bit in Iowa, Illinois, Nebraska, South Dakota, Minnesota. All of these states right here grow a lot of corn. The other region to talk about is this that I have outlined in red here. This is called the Bible Belt. Primarily because you have a large church attendance in this area, evangelical churches, the Baptist Church, things like that. Notice that it does cut off part of Texas and South Florida and northeastern Virginia. The reason why in these two primary areas you have a large Catholic population in southwestern Texas, you have a large Catholic population in southeastern Florida. You also have a lot of people who have moved to the South Florida, retirees. And in northeastern Virginia, around the nation's capital, you start getting less and less evangelical. Okay, but parts of southern Missouri and Kansas, and again, this is no hard, fast region. It's flexible. And there are some of the U.S. regions for you.